Oi, get a load of these animals over here! That's right, guys, the animal BGE is officially in effect. All animal cards gain 30% of their base attack when they deal damage attacking, and they are healed each turn by 20% of their base health. I really like this Battleground effect for a few reasons. The craze type buff that it's granting is pretty unique. I don't recall if I've ever seen it before, or if I have, I think they've maybe only used it once. What's cool is that the craze does stack each turn when your card does deal damage attacking, which I really like. It means your cards can get out of control really quick. It's also balanced because the BGE craze can be hijacked by cards with the hijack skill, so it isn't invincible. What I'm really excited about though is the heal factor. Any Battleground effect that includes heal makes scoring higher in rumbles and non-refillable challenges so much easier. I love it. In this guide, we're going to be going over all of the legendary animal cards and the combos that you can make with them. First up is Iraq Lobster. This Family Guy card is a great card to run on offense. It has a really great attack stat and its skills are very easy to work with. The Motivate isn't bound to just animal cards and can go to any card. It has a fair amount of sturdy to help keep it alive if you're not able to combo it right away, and it's got a good amount of jab for if you run into any cards that have the sturdy skill themselves, or if they're being shielded by another card or hero. I wouldn't recommend running this card on defense though. Even with its 8 sturdy, its 33 HP makes it a huge liability to be taken out in one hit by a strong combo. Next up is Bandit. This King of the Hill card is another great one to run on offense. It has an amazing attack stat and great skills. Once again, we're looking at a good amount of jab to break through any defensive skills your opponent's cards might have. You also have the bomb skill there to help you do additional damage to your opponent's flank cards, and the 12 leech to help keep this card's HP up. Leech is a great skill for this Battleground effect because you're already getting healed by 20% of your health each turn, so when you factor in Leech on top of that, your cards will almost always be at full health. Once again though, I would not recommend running this particular card defensively, as its 36 HP all but ensures it will be taken out in one blow. Next is Sacrificial Robot Goat. This Futurama card is a versatile one that does lean a bit more towards offense than defense. Its 16 attack, while not as good as the first couple entries on this list, is still a good stat for offense. The 39 HP is a bit low for defense, but when you factor in the 9 sturdy, it isn't a complete deal breaker. I still probably wouldn't run it in my defense deck as I feel it's too much of a calculated risk, but it isn't the worst option. What's cool about this card though is that it has a good amount of boost as well as a little heal all for its skills there. Both of those work hand in hand with the Battleground effect buffs. You're already getting craze value each turn when you attack, and when you combo, the boost will increase it even more. And on top of your BGE heals there, this card will also heal all of your cards by an additional 3. And with these particular heals there from this card, those are not limited to just animal cards like the BGE heals are. The next card we're going to look at is Queen of Catsteros. This Bob's Burgers card is going to be, well, the Queen of Defense. Its 51 HP is right in the sweet zone for a defensive card, and what's more, the 11 attack isn't horrible, so you can also run this on offense. It has the ultimate support skills too. It both shields and cheers all of your animal cards. It will be actively both protecting you and buffing you up as your cards continue to spiral further and further out of control each turn. Keep in mind though, those shields and cheers will only go to animal cards, so you won't be seeing the full scale of this effect unless you're running a full deck of them. Next up is Knife Wielding Seal. This Family Guy card is another great one for defense. Its 59 HP is superb, and it has some nice skills. Its 10 punch will be causing some damage to your opponents each turn, and it has 5 crazed. That's 5 additional craze, not including the craze you'd get from the BGE buff. So this card, while a slow starter with its 7 attack, can get out of hand really quick with all of that crazed. And when you factor in its high HP with the craze and heal, you're looking at one mean defense card with a lot of scary potential. And the last legendary item is Mr. Business. This is another Bob's Burgers card, and it's probably my least favorite one out of all of them. Its attack isn't anything special, and neither is its HP. On top of that, I'm not too impressed with its skills either. The 6 bodyguard is nice I guess, but I don't really care for it. If I need bodyguard, I'd rather make a combo that has a lot more of it. The 10 shield is also super limiting, as it only applies to fellow Bob's Burgers cards, so unless you're running this in a siege deck or only using Bob's Burgers characters, it's pretty useless. The only good skill this card has, in my opinion, is the 9 boost. Like I said earlier, the boost when paired with the BGE craze is a great way to skyrocket your attack fast, but when I factor in everything else about this card, that 1 point isn't enough to make me like it. Now let's break down all of the combos you can make with these cards. First up is Klaus's Fishwife, which can be made with all of these cards when comboed with Klaus. While Klaus by nature is a defensive character, this combo can actually be run offensively as well as on defense, depending on the items that you use to make it. The skills are pretty great. It has a very nice amount of Motivate that can go to any card regardless of show or trait, and it has 19 Leech to keep its HP up. The 11 Cheer All is also great too, but that one is limited only to other animal cards. That being said, when you factor in the Battleground effect buffs, you're looking at one strong combo, especially on defense. When paired with the right items, you can get this combo's HP above 90. When you factor that monstrous pool of health in, along with its insane amount of leech and the BGE heal, you've basically got an indestructible tank on your hands that also supports the rest of your cards. Next up is 2-Butt Goat, which you can make by comboing Jean with any of these items. This is a good support combo that you can run either offensively or defensively. It has really good attack and HP and some really good skills. It has a lot of Motivate that can go to any card and a lot of Hijack to prevent any of your opponent's cards from being able to craze. It also has a disgusting amount of gas to really tear into your opponent's cards with. Next up is Ladybird. You can make this combo with Hank and any of these items. This is another great one. The attack and HP are both pretty good, and it has some great skills. It has a ridiculous amount of cheer that can go to any card regardless of show or trait, and it will heal all of your cards by a pretty good amount. It also has an insane amount of boost. This is a fantastic powerhouse support combo. And next is Marmalade. This one is the last legendary one that can be made with all of these items. You can make it by comboing any of them with Roger. This is a pretty good defensive combo in my opinion. It has a good chunk of HP and its skills are geared towards protecting your cards and dealing damage to your opponent. It has a very good amount of Recover to increase this card's max HP every time your deck combos, and it has 18 shield that can go to any card, so it will be protecting your defensive line. Its ridiculous amount of punch will also be dealing a good chunk of damage to your opponents. This next one can only be made with these items. Umbriel is made when you combo any of them with Fry. This is a really good offensive combo. It has pretty good attack and HP, and its skills are excellent support. You have a crap ton of Motivate that can go to any card, and even more Cripple to limit any incoming damage. On top of that, you have really good amount of Bodyguard there to protect the 2 cards on each side of this combo. The next combo is Doghouse Bobby. You can make it by comboing these cards here with Bobby. This is a good balance between offense and defense. The attack is decent, the HP is pretty nice, and the skills are devastating. The overwhelming gas and payback combination makes it a nasty card to contend with on defense. And it has an amazing amount of heal to animal cards, so if you're running an animal deck, it will be an excellent support healer on offense, or at the very least, a devastating wall that heals your card line on defense. This next one is a freaking great combo. Bender's Ducklings is made by comboing Bender with these cards. It has pretty good attack and HP and some fantastic skills. It's another great support card, but only if you're running an animal deck. It has an insane amount of heal to animal cards and a really good amount of Motivate to animal cards as well. On top of that, it has a really good crazed value. This is a great combo for a full animal deck. This next one is a powerhouse. It's made by comboing these items with Bill. Pigeon Bill is practically a Whale Hunter Amy clone. It has a great amount of attack, pretty good HP, and some really hard-hitting skills. Like the Whale Hunter, this combo has the devastating Punch Bomb combo, and on top of that, it has a really good amount of Hijack, so it will block other animal cards from crazing, as well as pretty much any other card that has craze from ever getting off the ground. Next up is Dolphin Rider Peter. It can only be made with these items and Peter. This is another great support combo for either offense or defense. The attack and HP are both good, and the skills are pretty nifty. It has a good amount of Cheer All that goes to all of your cards, not just the animal ones. It also has a good amount of Shield All, but those are limited only to animal cards for the shields, unfortunately. And finally, it has an amazing amount of Leech to keep its HP topped off. That's it for the legendary combos. Now let's take a look at the mythics. First up is Princess Little Piddles, which you can make with any of these cards and Luis. This is an alright combo that works well on defense. Its attack is a little lacking, but it has good HP, and its skills play an excellent support role. The crazy amount of gas will wreck your opponent's cards, and the leech will help keep this one from dying. The 23 cheer is also really good, but it does only go to Bob's Burgers cards, so you won't get much use out of it outside of Siege unless you're only running Bob's Burgers characters. Next is Duke, which can be made with any of these and Peggy. This is a really great defensive combo. It has a good amount of health, and on top of that, it has a fantastic amount of sturdy. You can count on this combo sticking around for quite a while. On top of that, it will be doing a good amount of damage between its decent attack stat and its really good gas value. On top of that, sturdy and shields might as well be made out of paper before this thing, as it has a superb amount of jab. This next one is one of my favorites for offense. Cats can be made with any of these cards and Leela. What it may be lacking in HP, it more than makes up for with a really good attack stat and some great skills. It has an amazing amount of cripple all to limit incoming damage to all of your cards, and on top of that, it has a great amount of hijack to keep all of your opponent's cards from being able to craze and increase their attack. And best of all, a crap ton of leech to top this card's HP back up to full each turn. Next is Falcon Attack Quagmire, which you can make with any of these cards and Quagmire. This is a pretty good combo as well. It has some pretty decent attack and HP, and it has a crap ton of craze to help skyrocket its attack pretty quick. It also has a good amount of jab and bomb, so you'll be causing a good chunk of damage with this one. This next one is the last one that can be made with all of these cards. You can make Down to the Bone with Dr. Zoidberg. This is a great versatile combo for both attack and defense. It has alright attack and good HP, and skill-wise it has an amazing amount of leech and punch to keep its HP topped off while also dishing out a good chunk of damage to your opponents. It also has a really good amount of boost to skyrocket its attack up really quick. After just one combo, and you'll have a true monster on your hands. Next up is the mythic version of Squirrel Death when you combo these cards with Bob. And I absolutely love this combo. It has a really good amount of attack, and its HP isn't horrible. On top of that, it has some top tier skills for rumbles and challenges to boot. It has a crap ton of heal, which is absolutely amazing. And the best part is that the heal can go to any card. It also has a crap ton of jab, which means that you're going to be able to hit for full damage against practically any card, as there aren't many cards in the game with a sturdy, skill, or shields higher than 30. And it also does have a good chunk of bomb, which is just some extra icing on this already beautiful cake. And the last mythic combo you can make is Dog Bone Stan, with Stan when paired with these items. This is a heavy hitter for sure. It has good attack and HP, and its skills are awesome. It has a good amount of craze to build its attack up even higher, and a fantastic amount of cripple to limit incoming damage. On top of that, it has a great amount of jab, so it will be cutting through your opponent's cards like butter. Unfortunately, there is no combo with Stewie at this time for the Mythics. However, there is one more combo I would like to mention, especially for my free-to-play viewers, and that's Wild Brian. You can make this card by comboing Brian with any of these cards. This is a great versatile combo. It has pretty good HP, and while its attack isn't that high to begin with, it does have a good amount of craze there to get it off the ground fairly quickly. And on top of that, you have a fair amount of punch to cause some extra damage and a phenomenal amount of cheer to animal cards. And speaking of Brian, he's one of 3 characters that have been given the animal trait. So that means that him, along with Klaus and Zoidberg, will all receive the buffs from the Battleground effect as well. And I'm going to be calling it right now. I'm willing to bet that we'll be seeing the introduction of Brian Griffin as a new legendary card in either today's new box or sometime within the next few weeks. Be sure to check out my review of today's box later today when it goes live on my channel to see if my prediction will come true. I'll also be uploading a review of Zoidberg as well as the other new mythics that have been confirmed soon, so you can look forward to that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please click that like button. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and follow me on Facebook. Thanks again, guys. Peace.